Hey y'all, Backwoods Modeler here. Welcome back to my workshop. Today we're going to build us a kind of a welding rig, I guess you could say. And I'm going to use this old Yellowstone 78 F-250 as my pickup, or as my truck. And then we're going to use the base off of that Ram flatbed there. So we're going to use this flatbed on this cab. I think this ought to be a pretty good looking truck. What do y'all think about that? So let's get this apart and then we'll go. Alright, that's a lot of drilling to get these two trucks apart. The Dodge had three, one in the front, one in the back, one in the middle, and that one in the middle really gave me a pain in the butt. Then you take that off and then it was three more rivets to get the bed off. So don't need this cab. And then we're going to keep this chassis. I'm going to reuse this Dodge chassis just because it's just going to be easier. I am going to change the wheels and the wheels and tires out completely. We're not going to use these Ram wheels. I don't know if you guys have ever built with these, but there's a little Ram emblem right there in the middle of the wheel, and there's one right there in the middle of the back wheel. This one's a little screwed up, but there's one in the back wheel too. So we're not going to use those wheels and tires. The only thing we're going to use off of this bad boy is the cab. I really like that Green Lake cab. That's a nice looking cab they got there. The windshield's a little oofed up. Maybe we'll get us a new windshield for it. So we're not going to use the bed. We're not going to use any part of that except for the cab. And then we're going to mount this cab on this chassis with this bed. I think that's going to look pretty good. What do y'all think? And I'm thinking maybe possibly, well, I was thinking about leaving it that color, but on camera it looks awful yellow, don't it? That's actually more like a tan color, but it's way lighter than the front fender. I was hoping it would match a little better. So we may end up painting this, and then I don't know if you can tell, but that headache rack there on there in the front is nowhere near straight. I don't have anything flat to show it to you with against, but I guess you have to take my word for it. She's a leaner, y'all. So we're going to have to pop that off and straighten that up. We are going to take off this fifth wheel hitch. Those of you who have never done that, I know some people freak, but all you got to do is give them a little, usually a little pop with the screwdriver and they pop right off. But this one broke, but I don't care because I'm not keeping it. Well, they had that sucker glued on. So yeah, plans have changed. We're going to paint this bed. So let me get this bed painted, and then I will get back here and we will start on that. I'm going to go ahead and pop this headache rack off. Here's another one that can sometimes be tricky. There is, get something to point with here so my fat fingers aren't in the way. A little tab there, one there in the middle in the back, and then one on this side. They didn't melt those down very good, so I would imagine we can pop this off pretty easily. Usually they kind of glue them on too. This one's being a pain. Yeah, I can see, I don't know if you can see the shininess. I can see the glue right in here. So we're going to have to very carefully take our cutters and hack that baby off. Because I want to reuse this. I don't want to break it. Alright, so we'll pop the ears up with our cutters. Oh, there she went. Nope, nope. Not completely, we're almost there. I think I'm going to finish it with my hobby knife, just so that I don't mess up anything. Boy, that sucker was glued on there. There we go. Alright, now she's off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to file and sand this down a little bit where these nubs were. I'm going to clean this bed up a little bit, and then I'm probably just going to paint this bed black. Flat black, probably. So let me get that all cleaned up, and I'll be right back. Okay, don't try to adjust your phone or your TV. You're not seeing double, technically. While you were out, we not only had ourselves a bed swap, but we had ourselves a cab swap. Let me show you why. This bed is black. Do I need to explain more? it's already black. I will have to dull it down a little bit, try to age it to make it look a little better with the cab. But I thought that this would be faster just to go with the black one. I am still going to use the other one. I am still going to paint it, just not today. All right, now cab swap. I don't know if this will show up on camera, but we're about to find out. Yeah, it will. See the cab on the right? See all that crap all over the window? I can't get that off. So in comes cab on the left. Replacement cab. So luckily I had a few of these trucks. A long time ago they had them, you could buy them in bulk. And they were having a good deal on them, so I bought a few of them, and I bought a few other trucks. So I didn't realize that until just right now. I swapped the cab. I didn't cut the tabs off. So to show you, I cut the tabs off of the back of this one. Just makes it go together with the bed a little better. So we're gonna have to cut the tabs off of this one. So give me a second and I'll zap those off. All right. So what I did is I just I have a big pair of side cuts that I use, and I cut the tabs off down to a nub, and I take my Dremel and just grind it down till the nub's gone. So now let's get this bed off, and let's get these wheels off of here, because we don't need these on here, because we're not going to use them. Sometimes these plastic chassis, sometimes these suckers do not want to come off, just like these don't. And it's a shame I had to take these off, because this is one of the best rolling ones that I've had in a long time. This set rolls pretty good, or truck rolls pretty good. Just in there, give it a little pull. These plastic chassis are the worst, trying to get these tires off of here. They just sometimes do not want to come off. I'm bending this one. There she went. All right, see if we can't loosen this one up a little bit before we try to pop it off. We don't want any scuffs back here, because we're going to keep all of this intact if we can, because this is where the bed goes. So we really shouldn't have to do any modifications back here unless it comes to making our wheels and tires fit. So there's that. Need to get those running boards off of there, because we definitely don't want running boards on our trucks. Oh, there's that one. That one went off pretty easy. If you think I'm talking a little low, that's because I'm right on top of the camera and I don't want to be too loud, so apologize if I'm too low. Okay. Then we got our running boards off. Make a little trim here to get the little tab that didn't break off very easily. I don't know if we have to trim this to fit our cab yet or not, because we haven't gotten that far. While I'm here, let's go ahead and cut these tabs off here. We're not going to need them. Cut these fender wells off, because we already know that those are going to have to go. Whew, that one got me right in the face. And this one doesn't want to come off. Oop, that went flying. Little trim here. That front bumper, we already know that front bumper, whatever you want to call that, that piece in the front needs to come off. Let's go this way. Then we'll flip this around. We'll come in this way. There, that's gone. Cut these two little tabs off here. There we go. Look at there. That's almost a perfect fit. Whew, act like I've done this before. All right, so back in the focus of the camera. Back to the fun part. We just got to cut about a 1/2 inch off of this, and we should be in good shape, y'all. So let's figure out here where we want to cut, and I'm thinking we should probably cut right behind the tail of the transmission here, because we don't want to lose that detail. So let's cut it there. Let me scribe a line across there with my scriber. So we want to go right about there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm probably not close enough for you to see. Just try to draw as straight of a line as you can possibly, well, scratch as straight of a line as you can across there. And then when you pop it off, just look at it. Our line looks fairly straight. So you got a couple options. With these plastic ones, you can use your hobby knife and cut this. My blade's not the sharpest today. I haven't sharpened it or changed it in a few days. But just to show you, you can do that. All you got to do is just like you're doing the running boards. Give it a few scores. Watch that. Snaps right in half. Was that a straight cut? No. Can we fix it? Yes. So we just hold this where you can't see it. Take our hobby knife and straighten it out. Just really slight trims. You don't have to go a lot. There we go. There's the front. I'm not worried about that part being crooked because, again, let's make sure we're using the right cab. I don't want to use the wrong cab and then get all ticked off because I did it wrong. Alright, so let's get the bed back on. Get on there. We're not on. Okay, now we're on. Daggone it. I need more hands, y'all. Somebody want to donate me a pair of hands? Okay. So now we know where we're going to cut it at. We're going to cut it about even right here at the back of this crossover piece. So let's start cutting that. This piece is a little bit thicker in the middle, so you're going to want to make a few extra scores and a few extra harder passes across there. Okay, that's not perfectly straight, but before we try to trim it, let's see how we fit. The interior is trying to come out. Get that on there. Ooh, that's a pretty daggone close fit. I'd say that's just about it. That's actually a pretty good cut. That matches pretty good. Looked crooked at first, but I guess I was just the right amount of crooked on each side and it matched up. Alright, so everything's looking good there. This is going to be a sweet truck, y'all. I like these old, what do they call them, dent-side Fords, but 78, 79s. I like these old Ford trucks. So this is looking pretty good. We are going to get some gluing going here, get this glued together, and then we will start getting some wheels and tires on it. Actually, we should probably work on that first because I can see here this is going to stick up a lot. So let's get us a wheel and tire on here and see how that looks. Oh, that's too low. We need to jack that up. So that's probably going to be down here. That's going to look better. Much better, much better. Alright, so we just need to get that glued together. And we'll get this all glued together. And then once that all dries, we'll start working on wheels and tires, y'all. So I'm not going to bore you with me sitting here for the next half an hour gluing this, gluing that. You've seen me glue these things together a dozen times, so let me get this glued together and I'll cut back. Alright, so I had to break into my vault of wheels and tires, as you can see back there, and I so happen to have one or two of those wagon wheels laying around, so we saved the day. I've had several of those trucks. I got what I call a vault full of wheels and tires back here that I save for just such an occasion. So I got the wheels and tires on, as you can already see. I haven't built an old Ford in a while. I'm liking this truck. This is looking pretty good. I decided to go with the wagon wheels instead of making it a dually. I posted a picture of this on Instagram and got a little feedback, and I was happy to get that. And they told me that, yeah, it's a 250. Just put the wagon wheels on there. And I agreed with that, mostly just because I really like this truck with the wagon wheels on it. So that's why I wanted to put them on there. So that's what I did. I painted the back rack already. You can see that's already painted. Got the taillights already painted back in. I got to touch it up a little bit. The reason I did not use the one that came off of here is I had to cut that one short. That is from a failed project that just didn't work out. I was trying to do a flatbed on this truck, and it just wasn't working out. I wasn't happy with it, so it's just been sitting in the box for a while, and today I ripped the bed off of it and used it. So I'll keep this rack because I will definitely find a use for it somewhere. So now all I got to do is, that's pretty much dry. It's been on there, sitting there for a little bit. All we basically got to do is get that on there and get it set where it's supposed to be. Get it flat, level, square, straighter than it was. Get that glued on, and then I dug out a set of these. This is my last white set of these mirrors. I got to paint the chrome piece on there for the mirror itself. Got the brackets painted. Painted those white. I thought that would look better since it would match the white wheels. I considered painting that front bumper white, but I don't know. I may just leave it like it is. It would probably look better if I painted it white. It would match that, but then where do you stop? Do you paint all that chrome in the front white? But I think we just leave it alone. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to glue the mirrors on here. I'm going to get the back rack glued on here, and then I will show you the finished product. Hang tight. All right, y'all, we're back. I got the mirrors glued on. I got the headache rack glued on, and I think she's set. Got just a couple small details that still need to be finished. As you can see, these mirrors are tweaked a little bit. These are 3D printed mirrors, so they're not always perfect. So sometimes you got to heat them up a little bit and tweak them. But I wanted to make sure that they were glued on there first. This way, when I do tweak them, they're straight. I got the headache rack on. That's all set. As you can see, the backs of the mirrors, I still need to paint the chrome on there. I haven't done that yet, so that's another step that I need to do. And then underneath, we need to paint all this black. I want to put a little more glue around this back axle because I haven't gone around it to give it another coat yet, just to make sure that that's not going to go anywhere. Then we'll paint all this black. As you can see, went with a single back wheel in the back instead of the dually. I love these wagon wheels. I have lots of these wagon wheels, so I use these as much and as many times as I can. So anyway, that is my 78 F-250 flatbed, y'all. What do y'all think of that? I think this truck turned out sweet. Y'all got any comments? Leave them below. Good, bad, hit me. I'm good. Y'all don't forget to check me out on Instagram. Check out my eBay store. And if you like this kind of video, think about subscribing, maybe sharing. Y'all come back now. Have a good day. Bye.